Assalamu alaikum, Alex.
Alaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, fine, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
I've got Teresa with me.
Oh,
Assalamu
hello. Hello,
alaikum.
Teresa. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank
That's
you.
really nice. Assalamu alaikum, Amanda.
Okay, assalamu alaikum, everybody. Um, Ustadha Sidra Naeem is an alima and qualified from Al Huda International. She has studied the 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in detail. In this second half of the series, she will be focusing on the meanings, explanations, and ways of implementing Allah's attributes into our lives. The session will conclude with interactive questions and answers. Today we will be continuing and focusing on two more of Allah's attributes, Al-Mateen and Al-Wali. Over to you, and Jazakallah khair for your lessons.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I think this is such a unique subject, and not very many people cover this subject in such detail. And I do think it's very, very important also to learn about Allah's 99 names, because by doing that, we can worship Him more strongly, because we know exactly what He is there for our support. And also it stops us doing shirk, which is looking at other means of someone else answering our prayers. It keeps us steadfast on our prayers. And today's names are exactly about that attribute. So let us share my talk, which I have ready here. The very first name that we are looking at today is called Al-Mateen. It means the firm, the steadfast. Now, last time we looked at a name, Al-Qawi, and that was about being strong, and Allah was strong. And this is actually related to that name, and it means the firm, the steadfast. We are steadfast in our prayers. We are steadfast through all our troubles and problems and things like that. So Al-Mateen is the one with great firmness. He is the owner of all strength, and his nature is the utmost firmness and steadfastness. He is the one who can easily overcome anything through supreme firmness and strength of determination. So in addition, he is also has unconquerable power. His nature is to be firm in all his decisions. This combination of possession of the perfect strength and complete firmness of nature means no one can ever object to his actions or prevent his orders from being carried out. Mateen means something very strong, very stable, and its foundation is unshakable. And Al-Qawi, the name that we spoke about last time, is actually related to this, and that was to do with Allah possessing the attribute of inexhaustible strength, whereas Al-Mateen is the one whose nature is to be firm, steadfast, and determined. Let's listen to one ayah of the Quran, which gives us one example of him being firm.
إن الله هو الرزاق ذو القوة المتين.
Indeed, it is Allah who is the provider, the firm possessor of strength. You can give me an idea, any examples where Allah is firm in his decision and it just is not going to change no matter what. It's already been ordained. There's your example. He's already ordained things are going to happen, and they will happen. Who can tell me about that one?
The night and the day.
Okay. That is going to stop at one stage, though. We know at the end of the world, the night and day will stop because the sun's going to get damaged. The moon's going to crack in half, and the sun is going to come right down to the earth. What else do we absolutely know that it is going to happen, and we're not Muslims if we don't believe in it?
Day of Judgment.
Yes, Amanda, well done. Excellent answer. We know no matter what, the day of judgment is going to come. Okay, that's an example of Allah being firm in his decision. Let's have a look. Some of them, which we know for sure is firm, is destiny. Okay, so Allah has already written our destiny. Okay, And we know all good and bad is from Allah. If Allah is going to send an earthquake, He's going to send an earthquake. Okay? If Allah has ordained that something is going to happen, it will be. Okay? Who's heard of Allah has said be and it will be? Yeah, it's in the Quran, that word be, kun fayakun. Okay? Another example is life after death. We already know there's definitely going to be death. We are going to die one day. We are not going to be eternal. We are going to die and there will be life after death. That's an example of Allah being firm in that decision. And the other brilliant one, which Amanda said, is belief in the Day of Judgment. We know one day the world is going to end, and we know that there definitely will be a belief in the Day of Judgment. Because Allah's told us that in the Quran already. It's written in stone in the Quran. Okay? He's firm in his decisions on halal and haram as well. Allah's written guidelines for us in the Quran, and He's firm on that. We cannot sway. So, for example, if Allah said we're not allowed to eat pork, we don't eat pork, do we? Not unless in dire circumstances. We are asked to believe in Allah, is another one. We're not allowed to be atheist, for example. Allah has told us we have to believe in Allah. It's our first Iman Mufassal is the 7 things essential for Muslim to believe in, and it's the declaration of Islamic faith. We cannot be Muslim if we do not believe in Allah. Okay? And also in His prophets, for example, we've got there. Belief in all His prophets. We have to believe in Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as the last prophet, otherwise we can't be Muslim. There's another example. We have to believe in the Quran, in one of His revealed books. Okay, and we have been told we've got to believe in angels as well. We have to believe, even though we do not even can see them, we still have to believe they exist. Okay, right, let's hear a lovely video now on this name.
Mateen comes from the word matin, and its main meaning is to be strong, sturdy, and firm. Matin has been used for the meaning of a rope that holds a tent down. That's because the rope is strong, sturdy, and firm. They are durable and hard-wearing. Matin has also been used for the meaning of the middle of a bow, because the middle part is the strongest part, and it is firm and sturdy. It won't break easy. So mateen is something that is firm in its power and strength. It's unshakable. So, in other words, it is something that is not just powerful, but the power is very firm and very stable to the highest degree possible. When we say Allah is Al-Mateen, it means His power is firm, sturdy, and intense. It is unshakable. No one can weaken it. No one can defeat it. It does not end, nor does it get affected by tiredness or fatigue. He has perfect strength and complete firmness, and no one can ever object to His actions or prevent His orders from being carried out. How should we live by this name? 1. Whenever you see so many injustices and pain in the world and it becomes too hard to bear, remember the verse of Allah where He says, وَأُمْلِي لَهُمْ إِنَّ كَيْدِي مَتِينٌ, and I postpone their punishment. Indeed, my plan is mateen. This means Allah's plan is firm and sturdy, and it is well thought out. No one will escape His justice. He gives everyone time, and He gives everyone an opportunity to turn back. 2. Be firm in your belief. At school or at work, many people think it's not cool to believe in a God. Be firm in your religion. Don't compromise your beliefs just to fit in a certain group or just to be cool. Pray at school or at work. Fast during the day. Act righteously. There is nothing cooler than obeying Allah and His Messenger.
Any ideas how we can implement this name into our lives?
Don't let people sway us from our beliefs.
Yes, good. That's a very good one. So we have to totally just obey what Allah wants and don't let other people try and sway us from the true path. So we have to hold firmly to the rope of Allah all together and do not become divided. Okay? If you look at this Palestinian stuff that's going on, if Saudi stood up and united the whole world, which is the center of the earth where Makkah is, we wouldn't have all these problems, would we? Stay united, stay together, and hold firmly to the rope of Allah. You cannot go wrong. Let's listen to the ayah.
واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا.
Be firm in following the right path and keep steadfast through good and bad times. Be determined to get into paradise and place your hope in the strength of Al-Mateen. Okay? Right. What if Allah is not answering our prayers? Do we carry on praying or do we just stop? Can we carry on firmly in our prayers?
Yeah, we can carry on, but there may be a reason behind it. It may not be the time for us, or it may not be right.
Yes, excellent. Excellent answer, Manda. You could do this lecture. Do you know that today? You are doing brilliantly. You've said exactly what my next slide says. Okay? Allah always has 3 replies to our prayers. He can say yes straight away, in which case we're probably going to stop praying for that. If we carry on, it will be because it's yes, but not now. We don't know that though, do we? We don't know what our destiny is. So we have to stay firmly, keep praying, because we don't know the end result. It's yes, but not now. I think I've given an example where, we tried from mosque for a long, long time and it didn't go ahead. For 10 years, that mosque didn't go ahead. Allah had it planned to happen straight after COVID, and then it did. Okay? And that mosque we dreamt of 10 years ago happened 10 years later. It was Allah's plan, and it is his plan firmly that it's going to happen on a particular date. Our death date, our birth date is planned by Allah. Okay? And then the next one is it may not happen, but Allah's got a better plan for you. I mean, there's so many examples when something goes wrong in someone's life or something's not going ahead. But then later on, you find out why it didn't go ahead. And it's only after you've got through it, you think, oh, do you know what? It was better it happened that way. It's then that you realize there's a better reason for it, but we don't know that. Okay. However, we've been asked to keep steadfast in our prayers, no matter what the decision is. The reason is that even destiny can be rewritten. Everything in life is pre-written, but with dua, it can be rewritten. Okay. So that doesn't mean we don't stop praying. Okay. Now, say in other aspects of our life, obviously it is through prayer that everything happens. But say other aspects of our life, things are not going ahead and we're trying and they haven't gone ahead. Say there's an exam and we failed it, okay? What is the English saying? Who's heard of the English saying that we've grown up with, which is not religious, but it's an English saying that tells us, should we carry on or should we stop? Who knows that English saying? There's a story about a spider who goes up a water pipe.
Itsy Wincy Spider.
Yes. And what is the moral of that story? If at first you don't succeed,
you keep trying to carry on.
Yes, good. So I wanted to put this one in because it helps us to understand as reverts. It doesn't have to be all Islamic all the time. There are very good English sayings that explain the same thing. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. So there is a story about a spider that tries to go up the water pipe and he keeps gushing down again, and then he tries and then he reaches the top. Okay, so if at first you don't succeed, try again. Any more before we move on to the next name? Any more examples of steadfast or firmness? Keeping firm with our decisions with our children. We're asked to have boundaries, are we not? In all our relationships, we're not really allowed to get used either, are we, by people or friends? We do have to stay firm with our decisions as well. We're not allowed to, just carry on being used, for example, are we? Okay, if someone mouths us, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, yes, you are allowed to answer back. There are so many sayings about, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. There's an example. That's an example of being firm, isn't it, in what we believe in as well.
What comes to my mind is firmness like when fasting, when the person starts to get hungry or thirsty or something, to remember, it's the full length till Maghrib and that sort of thing.
Yes, very good
Fasting.
example, actually. Very good example. So that's an example of being firmness in our faith. That is actually a very, very clever example, because that's also obeying Allah, isn't it? Without questioning him, because he's firm in his decision. That's one of the first things is fasting, isn't it? What he's ordained for us to do. So not questioning and obeying his firm command. And then the other firmness is within ourselves, the jihad that we do, the struggle that we do within our fasting, and we continue no matter how thirsty we are and things like that, unless there's dire circumstances. So there's a double example you've given there, Alex, of strength and firmness. Okay, good. Good. I'm really enjoying our conversations today. Very, very good. Very happy. Right, the next one is a very, very good name. I like this one. It's called Al-Wali. Al-Wali is the protecting friend. And did you know the English word ally actually comes from the word wali? Okay. Now, wali is also something like our father. Did you know when we get married, a wali is supposed to give us away, who is our protecting person? Like a mehram is also a wali, your brother, your father, people like that. Okay. So a wali is something like someone who is near to us and is our friend and our supporter, our guardian, okay, in a loving way, and something that we turn towards when we're in trouble, okay, as well. And this root, the root of wali, appears 232 times in the Quran and is in 12 derived forms. So, for example, our wali gives us away in our marriages. The reason is if our marriage then goes wrong, we can go back to our father and he's the one who's going to support us. This is why a wali is usually your father. They are our protection. And a male person in Islam is our protector and our guardian, which is why mehrams are always men, which I think is very, very interesting. Now, did you know we are supposed to be Allah's friend? Who can tell me one prophet who was named in the Quran as being Allah's friend? What has Allah called Yaqub's grandfather in the Quran, which shows he is indeed very close to Allah? This is your clue. Who was Yaqub's grandfather?
Yeah, Abraham.
Good. Well done, Amanda. You are top girl today. Yes. Yaqub's grandfather Ibrahim has been called Khalil Allah, friend of Allah, in Surah Nisa. Okay? And we have got
ومن أحسن دينا ممن أسلم وجهه لله وهو محسن واتبع ملة إبراهيم حنيفا واتخذ الله إبراهيم خليلا.
And who is better in faith than those who fully submit themselves to Allah, do good and follow the way of Ibrahim the upright? Allah chose Ibrahim as a close friend. He was one of the gifted prophets who was Allah's friend. And that's why he did everything. Even Allah said to him, sacrifice your son for me, who he had had after years of crying for a baby. And he said, sacrifice Ismail to me, give him back to me. And Ibrahim al-Islam was so close to Allah, he said, okay, I will definitely do that for you. And he got ready. It was a test, obviously, because Allah didn't really want him to kill his son. Then Allah saved his son. So they had a close relationship. So we are supposed to be allies of Allah, okay? But we are not supposed to be allies of shaitan. Some people are allies of shaitan, so we have to be very, very careful about that. Okay, right, what we're going to do now is to move on to the video about the name.
The word wali comes from the root letters waw, lam, ya, and its original meaning is to be close and right next to something, or in close succession without a barrier. So the word wali has been used as the meanings of having authority, being in control, as a guardian or a master because of their closeness. It also has been used as the meaning of the opposite of an enemy. Therefore, the root word would also mean a friend, but a close good friend that supports you. As an example, a wali is referred to a legal guardian of an orphan. A legal guardian is someone who has authority to make decisions and manage someone's affairs. So, because the parents of the orphan are no longer there, the person who is usually closest to them is called their wali, their guardian, someone such as an uncle or grandfather, etc. Allah is called Al-Wali. This means He is the guardian and protector of the entire universe. He has absolute authority and control over everything. He is not in need of protecting and guarding, but everything else does. He is always there when you need Him. He is the closest to you when you need help. He is so close to you that He supports you and protects you, even though you don't recognize it sometimes. How should we live by this name? The Holy Quran says, Wallahu waliyul mu'mineen. Allah is the guardian of the true believers. Allah protects and is a guardian of the mu'mineen. They are those that truly believe and do good deeds. So continue doing good deeds and gain knowledge so that we can always be protected.
So how can we implement this name into our lives? He is our friend. Allah is our friend, basically, isn't He? The only relationship where you will never have your heart broken is your relationship with Allah. Okay? So we need to be His ally, not the ally of Shaitan. And Allah will protect us. Think of how many friends in the past you've broken up with, and, relatives, ins and outs all the time, aren't we, with different people? However, Allah will always be there for us, and He will always love us. Allah is so loving and so merciful. Who knows the saying about He is closer to us than our? Who knows the word? Finish off the sentence if you can. Does anybody know? He is closer to us than our something something.
Jugular vein.
Jugular vein. Good, good. And Allah is closer to us than our jugular vein. That is actually in Surah Qaf. Okay? Good. So it's only Him who we should worship and nobody else. It's His friend we need to be, like the prophets were Allah's friend. Okay? How else can we copy this name? How can we be a wali in this world? What about friends? Let me give you an example. Amanda, I think you've unmuted.
I was thinking about like your parents or protectors of children.
Yes, yes, good. We are our children's protectors, and also I'm looking at reverts here, because when a revert gets married, they may not always have a father figure who will give away them in marriage, especially with a Muslim. I've come across this actually with a lady who at university, a girl who reverted to Islam, and she had no wali to give her away in marriage. And she didn't know what to do because the boy she had chosen was Muslim, who she'd met at a Muslim event, and he had asked her to marry him. So she went along to her local mosque and told the mosque about this problem. And the mosque imam said, don't worry, I will be your wali. And he took it into his own hands, in a way, to give the girl away who he didn't even hardly know. But he said, don't worry, I'll be like your godfather, if you like. Yes? Adopted children, if you adopt them, you'll become like their wali, don't you? You don't become their biological fathers, but you still become like a wali. So we should try and strive to become walis, okay? And with our friends, that's the next one. We need to be good to our friends, do we not? Okay? And because did you know, if you're really good friends with a friend, then in Jannah, Say you are in a higher station than them in Jannah, you can call your friends up to your level. Did you know that? So say you're in level 7 and your friends in level 6 of Jannah, heaven, then you can call them up to your level. Isn't that amazing? So really, Allah has told us you can't go wrong if you have friends who are Islamic. So best friends to Jannah. Once Prophet Muhammad was asked, what person can be the best friend? And he replied, and he who helps you remember Allah and reminds you when you forget him. Okay, so someone who brings someone onto the right path. Here's another English saying. You know, they say a friend in need is a friend indeed. Well, we got a saying, a friend in deen is a friend indeed. Okay, and true friends help each other in deen just because they want to be neighbors in Jannah. Now, the best example I can give you, which you can all relate to, is Teresa is seeking the deen, and Alex kindly opens up her doors of her house, and it's quite late, to Teresa and says, come on, come to my house and I'll help you learn the deen, because you may not be so good at IT. And don't worry, I can set up Zoom and you can come to my house and learn. There's a brilliant, brilliant example there. You've got right in front of your eyes where Alex is helping Teresa with her deen. And they're strengthening each other and they're learning the deen together. How wonderful is that? So inshallah, one day Alex and Teresa will enter Jannah and you will remember each other. Did you know? Conversations and how you helped each other here in this world. And you don't know, Teresa may get into a higher level paradise because her deen may be higher. We don't know that. And she's going to remember Alex and she's going to say, Alex, come on, you can join me up in paradise. Isn't that a wonderful example? Okay, so we're going to stop there, and I'm sure today we are going to have lots of questions on this topic. I think we will, because it's a very interesting topic about friends and about keeping strong in times of turbulence in the world. So do we have any questions? Kenya and Sola, do you have any friends? Muslim ones? Have you
Yeah,
met?
my best friend, she's Pakistani Muslim. Sorry if you can't hear me properly right now. It's because I'm in Nigeria, so the connection,
Are you?
I'm using my phone
We
mobile.
can hear you very
Okay,
well, actually. That's absolutely
good.
amazing. So you actually joined us from Nigeria. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? That's someone
Alhamdulillah.
holding steadfast and firm to the faith. Brilliant example there. To do with Al-Mateen. Isn't that right? So that's someone who's holding strong to the faith and holding strong to these lectures. Even she joined in from Nigeria. We've got some great examples.
I didn't know if I was going to be able to join.
Oh, but you did. Allah helps you with good deeds, does he not? Because he's your friend, isn't he? Allah's your friend, so he helps you in good deeds. Okay? There's a dua. When we're in trouble, we call out and we say, Hasbi Rabbi wa ni'mal wakil, or Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. That is the dua which Ibrahim did when he was in the fire. And he called at Allah and he said, please, you are the one who can help me. Please help me. And then Allah helped him. So that's the dua that we should also try and do when we are in problems as well. Then Allah will help us because he's our friend, isn't he? We should love Allah. We should love Allah. Oh, look at all those hearts coming up. Okay, anything else? Any more questions or comments you would like to make on any of those names?
I just want to say that steadfast and strong are really intertwined with each other.
They are.
Being steadfast is being strong at the same time.
Yes, it is. And steadfast, I think, helps with the continuity more as well, doesn't it? It's not just a one-off. You hold on to that rope of Allah firmly and you don't let go, no matter what comes in your way. And if you do that, you will not become an ally of Satan, Shaitan, you will stay being an ally of Allah. I find it absolutely amazing that that word ally actually came from an Arabic word. Wali. I find that absolutely amazing. I really do. But it helps us to understand the word better, doesn't it? Okay. Right. I think we will close now. Alex, do you want to close?
Well, thank you very much again, Sister Sidra. A fascinating talk, and I'm sure we all learnt a lot. Jazakallah khair.
That's okay. I really enjoy doing these, and I especially felt today everybody interacted really well. It was lovely, actually, and we had some brilliant examples within our actual group that we could use to help us understand these two names, which I thought was really amazing. All right, then I'll see you all next month. I'm going to hold steadfast, even if I have to do it from Bangladesh, I'll do it. All right, then. Okay, then see you all soon. Then keep in touch, okay?
Thank you.
Assalamu
Assalamu alaikum.